We're back here on Channel 18 in the morning show, chatting with Cathie Hook of the Granby Chamber of Commerce, granbychamber.com. And you guys are one of our key sponsors, so a big thank you to you and your staff for all your support.
It's our pleasure.
It's very much appreciated. So a lot of people come to town, and if you're a winter tourist, you think, well, there's Winter Park Resort, and that's it. That's the county. Everyone functions around the resort, and there's nothing else.
Well, guess what? Just down the road, just down the road is Granby, Colorado.
As the resort might say, there's more than you imagine.
There's more than we imagine. And Granby is a great place just because we have just a huge variety of things to do. Great cross-country skiing, Double Thumb, Snow Mountain Ranch. Granby Ranch has
Not to jump in, Snow Mountain Ranch is the YMCA.
YMCA.
All sorts of fat biking, tubing, cross-country skiing, hiking, horseback riding, you name it.
Yeah, and they have they also have sleigh rides and a number of other things, indoor stuff. So you can go to the YMCA and buy a day pass if you have kids. They have an indoor swimming pool, and they have all kinds of things that you can do during the winter other than just cross-country skiing. But their cross-country ski trails are great.
And you have a whole little resort area of your own where there's a golf course and downhill skiing. And
yeah, and that's Granby Ranch.
Granby Ranch,
a fantastic family-oriented place. Many of my family members have learned to ski there. If you're a tourist that's from out of state, or if you're, if you haven't skied a lot, so you're just a kind of a beginner, or if you haven't skied in a while and you just want a good warm-up, maybe you're planning to go to Winter Park Resort later in the week, but Granby Ranch is a fantastic place to start.
I mean, really, the one thing missing, they have some great steep runs, they have fast runs. It's a great time for all abilities, except for bumps. If you want the bumps, you better get to Mary Jane.
Right, you want to go to Mary Jane.
Now, I skied in Spring Splash, their pond skim last year in Granby Ranch.
How'd you do?
Well, it was a riot. I won an award, I made it across, and all I was wearing was a Miller High Life hat, a mustache, and blue jeans. And somehow that won me best dressed. And so
did it really?
That was cool. Yeah, my girlfriend gave an attempt. She made it halfway and then just sank. She didn't fall, but she didn't quite have enough speed. But we had a great time. It's their closing weekend is a lot of fun.
Their closing weekend is great.
It's great
and they have other stuff too that for New Year's Eve, they do some fireworks, and they have people come down the slope with a torchlight, and they have a little light parade for the kids.
And the Granby Ranch area is huge. I mean, it's massive.
It is.
Cross-country skiing is on the golf course.
Yeah, so it's free, and they do groom the golf course. It doesn't have the tracks like most cross-country places do, but it's great and flat, and it's a really nice area to ski if you want someplace different.
One thing I did forget to mention, even if you're skiing at Winter Park and you didn't get your fill of skiing, you can show up to Granby Ranch because they night ski, don't they?
They do, and I love to night ski because it's less crowded, and it's a little bit colder, granted, but the slopes are very well lit, and you can literally most nights you can just go right back onto the lift and go right back up, and no lines.
I had one night skiing experience. I got my boots on, carried my skis to the door. We stopped at the bar for a drink, and the next thing I know, we were getting in the car and going home. I never actually made it onto the slope. So that's the one time I've night skied, so I still have to get out there and actually test the edges out a little bit. But,
and it's very inexpensive. It's $17.
Oh, that's fantastic. So if you get it, if you show up in mid-afternoon on your vacation, you could run out and get a ski day in for $17. That's fantastic.
It's great. And the other thing about Granby is because it's so centrally located, the tubing hill in Fraser's close, which we send a lot of people to that area. And then there's scenic drives along. Winter drives are beautiful.
The views are 360. You turn any direction, you're in this beautiful little valley, and it's just gorgeous views.
And of course, we're near the lake, and
very reasonable option for lodging.
Very reasonable option for lodging. And the lakes, the 3 lakes are close.
Let's talk about those real quick, since you just hit on them. You got 3, some are massive. I mean, they're all connected?
Yeah, Granby-ish. Yeah, I mean, they're not really that connected, but they're close to each other.
Okay, well these 3 lakes are home to a pretty big event, and we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll talk about, is it the 3 Lakes Ice Fishing Tournament?
Ice Fishing Tournament, yes.
All right, and this is Cathie Hook with the Granby Chamber of Commerce, granbychamber.com. We'll be back shortly and talking about ice fishing.